Hey guys, Nick here with Gear Nut, and today we're going to be taking another look at another watch. And I must say, I'm really digging watches lately, you know? I may get away from them at some point, but for right now, I am really digging watches. So, Spinnaker, thanks for sending down the Bradner for us to take a look at. This watch is, gosh, it's amazing. Oh, I am pretty infatuated with this watch, and there's a lot of reasons why. So, the number one thing I absolutely love about this watch is going to be the color. That sunburst green little dial is just truly amazing. And the reason I like it so much is because its personality really changes with the ambient lighting of wherever you are. So if you're in a well-lit studio, it's going to look green. That sunburst is gonna come out of it. It's gonna look good, you know? But if you get in a dim lit room or a restaurant, it's gonna take on a different color or a different look. And it looks black, but you know it's green. The watch just looks amazing. And then you get into the Lume. Once you start to get into a dim lit restaurant or something like that, once you come in from outside and you charged up your Lume, it's Swiss Super Luminova. I mean, I'll roll in a picture for you real quick, but the way that it's done, it's beautifully done. Let's just face that. Even this rotating bezel ring right here is lumed. And I must say that Swiss Super Luminova Lume is pretty freaking good. Is it the absolute best? No, I don't think it's the best, but it's more than enough for a watch. So, I really like to see that. Spinnaker, that's freaking awesome. I absolutely love it. The front on here is actually a sapphire crystal. It's got a slight dome to it, right off to the side right here. And then it's fully flat across the face, as I just fingered that all up. It's alright. Blue Shark to the rescue. So, I love that. You know, I really like that they chose to put a sapphire on here because of how proud that crystal is from the case. You know, it does stick up, so I'm glad that they put a decent crystal on here. They just didn't put mineral glass or a hard lux, because I've smacked this crystal several times and glided it across doors, and it doesn't have a single scratch on it. The black case, if you guys are wondering about the black case, it does not scratch. I wore this all week at work. I banged it around all over the place, and I have not got a single scratch on that. I didn't do that intentionally. I just figured if I can wear this at work and it can survive a week at work, yeah, it's gonna say something, you know? And especially for an automatic watch, you know? And this thing actually proved to be a very valuable and trustworthy little workhorse. So that Seiko movement, I absolutely love the way that the hand sweeps. It's kind of a little jerky. It's not a continuous even sweep, but I really like that. I think it's really cool, you know. And this bi-directional little bezel ring right here, you got two crowns. The bottom one is for adjusting your day, your date, hand winding, and using that hacking feature, which gets you to a very precise time. I love that. I think that is something I will be looking for in every watch I can, you know. But it's something that I think that every watch should have. You should be able to hack it. So the top one up here, so this is a screw down here at the bottom. So at your 4 o'clock, that's a screw down crown. It's got a little Spinnaker logo on there, or a little Spinnaker sail. That's actually what it is. And the top one doesn't have that. It's not screw down. It's just free, you know. You can use it as whatever you'd like. I guess you could find north and south with this. This would be a very useful tool for that. But you also can time things, and you can time them very quickly. Since it's not a screw down crown, you can actually set this to your hour or your minute hand, whichever one you want to time with. And it's very easy to keep track of elapsed time. I really love that. You know, it makes taking a 30-minute lunch very easy to keep track of. So, and it's really easy to set this quickly. You don't have to unscrew it, move it, screw it back down and lock it down. There's more than enough friction here so that it's not going to adjust itself or move by itself. It has to be moved, you know? And if you want to bump it or anything like that or rub it against anything, the shape of these crowns actually deters accidental adjustments. They're nice and smooth over here, so you really kind of got to grab them to turn it. It's got more than enough friction to hold it in place, and jostling it around and moving it around has not adjusted the time at all on me for that. So I really love to see that. It's freaking awesome. The leather strap on here is freaking amazing. You know, when I seen leather, I was like, oh man, every time I wash my hands, this strap is going to be wet, it's going to feel nasty, it's going to get cold. Nope. Spinnaker, whatever you stuck on this strap is truly amazing. It keeps the strap from absorbing moisture. It's extremely comfortable. It feels like suede, but it's not. So I absolutely love this watch strap. I'm going to be taking it off, throwing this on a NATO, because I want to save this watch strap for special occasions. But through all of my testing, I had this strap on, and it is super comfortable. It is super, super comfortable. The Expedition case back here is showing you an NH35 Seiko Japan movement. Sorry, I'm stuttering. Super excited about this. This movement is freaking awesome. I really love to see that. It's really nice to have, let me wipe that off. It's really nice to have an Expedition case back, because a lot of people I talk with, they don't understand what an automatic watch is. So I can just pop this off my wrist and give them a nice little window to the heart of an automatic watch. I really love that, you know, because this watch has basically started up a lot of conversations for me, and it's not intentionally. It just, they look at the watch like, wow, that's a nice looking watch. I'm like, yeah, it's actually a beautiful timepiece. This thing's fantastic. And I must say, I really like it, you know? The way that it looks, the way that it performs, the way that it is fully functional. I like tool watches. I like watches that'll actually do work for you while looking good. And this one does it. It does it exceptionally well. The black coating hasn't worn off. The sapphire crystal has proven to be extremely durable. I absolutely love the case. Now this is a compressor style case, and I love the way that these lugs streamline and arc down. It makes this 50mm lug to lug extremely wearable. I have 6 3/4 inch wrists, so I don't have big wrists, but I can pull this watch off very well. It is a 42mm wide. I think it's a little bit under 44 if you count the crowns, but it's 42, and it wears like a Seiko SKX 007. It's very comparable to that. It's got 20mm lugs here, right there. So you can get pretty much any aftermarket strap that you want. You know, it's not a weird lug size. I love to see standardized lug size. That way, if you want to switch your straps up and get a different look, you can very easily. So the thickness on your case is actually pretty thick. You know, it's just a little bit under 14mm, but because of the way the case is designed with that compressor style case, it really wears very, very well. Partially because of how everything is chamfered and rounded, I haven't had an issue with catching this watch and snagging it on things. And I want to say that's because it's designed with nice little chamfers and round edges, so it kind of glances off. It doesn't catch. And I haven't had very much issues with it. Long sleeves did prove to be a little bit of an issue while I was at work. It's pretty cold there. So sliding it in and underneath long sleeves is a little bit of a challenge here or there, but because of those chamfered edges and round edges, you can do it. I think that if you're a long sleeve wearer, you might choose a watch that's not as thick, but if you like this style, don't let that make the decision for you. You know, definitely give it a go. So, Spinnaker, absolutely love this watch. You know, 41 hours of power reserve. I can set this down, wear a different watch, and come back to it, and it'll still be alive and kicking. So I think that it's a beautiful watch, and this might be my SKX killer. Only time will tell, but this watch is just gorgeous. I hope that my camera is actually picking up how beautiful and awesome this timepiece is. If you guys are wanting to pick one of these up, I would highly suggest it. I'm not sure if Spinnaker's gonna have these forever or if they're just making a little run of them, but if you want one, I would urge you to get one, and I absolutely love it. I'm gonna have to be taking a look at some other Spinnaker watches because I am impressed. You know, it does have a Seiko movement in it, and I like it. It's proven to be a very durable watch. It's proven to be very accurate. I'm only plus 4 seconds a day on this thing, and I think that's very reasonable for an automatic watch. So, great job, Spinnaker. I can't wait to see what you guys are coming out with next, and I absolutely love this Bradner. So, Nick here with Gear Nut. Hopefully you've enjoyed this little look at the Spinnaker Bradner. This thing's going to be sticking around with me, and I will be doing a, I don't know, 6-month review, year review. I'll be coming back to it eventually in the future to give you guys an update, but I think this thing is a perfect tool watch. If you guys are into automatic watches, definitely give Spinnaker a look. I'm impressed. So, Nick here with Gear Nut. I will check you guys later.